Today we're gonna talk about which weapon should you use on Monster Hunter now. Um, you know, I just want to let you guys know this is just my personal opinion. Feel free to comment down below if you guys agree or disagree. Some credentials, I am HR44. I use Sword and Shield. Currently making 4 builds with different elements. Been playing since just the release last week, not a month ago. So I'm quite new, but I've been grinding. So first of all, I personally think there's no best weapon in the game. Honestly, all the weapons are S tier. I think that's a good thing with Monster Hunter. You can pick any weapon and you'll be fine. You can, go to end game basically if you grind. In my opinion, there are categories for the weapons in Monster Hunter now, um, on why you should use them. So basically, first, Great Sword. I think Great Sword is a very hard weapon to use this game. Um, but you should still use it. Some pros to it. Number one is this is the dopamine weapon. It's the feel good hormone. If you guys don't know what's dopamine, you feel good. You get this. Basically, it's the most satisfying weapon in the game. You charge 3 times and hit very strong damage, right? So basically, one of the most strongest damage in the game, if not the most strongest. Well, what's the cons of this weapon? It's the slowest in the game. That's why personally I don't like this weapon. It's a very risky weapon, especially because Monster Hunter now, we use HP system in this game. Compared to other Monster Hunter games, you can always die and retry. But in here, if you die, you have to wait, and that sucks. You have to wait half an hour to play again. So honestly, for me, I wouldn't use it. Again, you can, if you choose to use this weapon, it's a very high risk, high reward weapon. So if you master this, good for you. But personally, I wouldn't really use this weapon. Next up for me, hammer. So um, hammer is pros on this weapon. Basically, it's a strong damage weapon, similar to the great sword, but it's faster. I think that's one advantage to it. So I wouldn't say it's hard, but it's close there. It's the best weapon to stun, right? That's a good thing with this weapon. If you have lock on, just lock on the head, keep hitting the head. Um, and the cons to it, I would say, is very similar to the great sword. It's very slow. So again, same thing. You risk your HP. So it's up to you. But it's cool weapon. You can keep spinning if you do know the moves. And yeah, basically use this if you want to keep hitting monsters in the head, right? Keep them stunned all the time. Next weapon is the bow. This is in no particular order, but I guess I would use bow more than hammer, but again, not really big of a deal. So what's good about the bow? Number one is long distance, right? As I was saying with the HP, it's very important, staying alive in this game, so that's a really good advantage. It also has very high DPS. If you watch other YouTubers, you can see it can output so much damage. So um, something to consider. And the good thing is, with how you play the bow, you can just target specific like parts. I think that's how it works. I use it, but not that much. You can just hold and keep aiming for the head or something. It's up to you. Now, what I don't like about this is basically gyroscope. Some people like it. You can aim nicely. You can just keep aiming wherever you want. It's not hard to learn from what it seems like, but you still have to learn it, right? So that's up to you. Personally, I would not play it. It's not my style, but yeah, if you like to play safe and have more HP, you can play more, use this weapon. Next, light bowgun. Basically, it's the same with the bow, right? I think it is very, like, you can compare this like a twin weapon, like it's the same thing. So again, long range, you stay alive. I really don't have much to talk about. It's very the same. And for the cons, it's the same thing, gyroscope. However, it's my personal opinion. Don't hate me on this. I'll put this after the bow. All right, I would pick bow more than the light bowgun. Personal opinion. Don't hate me is I prefer bow because attacking with the bowgun kind of seems boring to me. It's like shooting a gun. That's just a personal opinion. Don't hate me on it. But again, bow and light bowgun almost the same weapon. So yeah, just I would say just pick between bow and the light bowgun, which one you looks cooler for you, I guess. Look which one looks nicer for you. Next, longsword. I would still put this on medium. Personally, I think this is the most coolest game. Coolest weapon in the game. It looks amazing. You're like a samurai. You slash all these kinds of things. Um, the very good thing about this is a very long reach, right? You can attack a little bit far, but you will still hit. Another good thing about it is move set. Search online, Fade Slash, Spirit Helm, all these jazz. You can learn. It's pretty cool. There's also the Spirit Gauge. I won't go into detail, but again, lots of good things about this weapon. Some cons to it, I think it's high skill ceiling weapon. Learning all the moves and dodging all these things, you have to really learn. Um, Another con, I'm not sure, but on the other Monster Hunter games, when you play with friends, if because of the long reach, you can actually hit your teammates. I'm not sure if it applies to this game, but that's just something to keep in mind. But yeah, yeah, I would use it if you want to feel cool, look cool, all these things, right? Play this weapon. It's nice. And last but not the least, Sword and Shield. I am biased. I'm sorry, guys. I like this weapon. I use this weapon since the beginning. I personally don't use Sword and Shield in other Monster Hunter games, but in this one, I've been using it pretty much since in the beginning. I tried other weapons, but I went back. So what's the pros to it? Um, when you attack, there's not much animation that you have to commit, so it's very easy to dodge, right? You can be greedy with attacking. It's easy to dodge. It's high DPS. You attack very fast, so benefits with paralysis and stuff. If that's something you're interested. Another thing for me, one of the best is it's very easy to learn. Like you just button smash, but there's still some depth to it, like the shield bash. You charge, go back. You can watch other YouTubers how to do that, but you can do damage to it. One of the cons that I hate about this weapon personally is the reach is very short. You can miss easily if you're a little far. I personally have missed many times my special skill because I didn't time it correctly. So that's something that to keep considering. Personally, I think the shield is useless in this game. Again, for me, HP is king, right? If you survive, if you dodge, you can play more. That's how you're gonna keep playing, keep grinding. However, I did see some people online. They build like the guard build. They just keep blocking, and there's like benefits to it, like more damage after you block or something. Again, I wouldn't take the risk. You can block if you're building damage. If you block, you still lose some HP. So I just dodge. I just attack all the time. So yeah, I would use this. For me, it's the most forgiving weapon. It's very easy to learn. That's why it's my personal bias. But again, we all have our own opinion. So yeah, that's basically it. So I gave some reasons to pick on each weapon. It's really up to you. Comment down below if you agree, disagree, you want to talk about the weapons. I love to read the comments. Some rumors too. Upcoming weapons I heard from December, lance and dual blade. Most likely, from what it seems like, I probably will switch to dual blade. Full DPS. And there's also a leak. They say charge blade might be coming out. I actually use charge blade on the latest Monster Hunter game. That's what I main before. It's pretty cool, but I'm not sure if I would like it to use it in this game. So yeah, that's it. So if you like the video, I appreciate if you guys like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, peace out.